Hello everyone, welcome back to Scarlet Hollow Hardcore Mode. Today we are doing episode 3. And before we get any further, I do want to apologize for the second episode's audio. I didn't realize how bad it was until I was going through it again. It's very, very bad. So I adjusted my microphone settings. My mic is also further away from me. Sometimes I just like to get right up in my mic when I talk to it. So I don't know how this is gonna sound or anything. I'm hoping everything will be alright. I did ask some people to just listen to a bit of the second video just to see do you hear what I hear? And I haven't got any comments, so we're just gonna proceed with the third episode, and hopefully everything will just be easy. So let's jump right in. We're not gonna see a recap because we've just played this. Now, I do have to be careful because sometimes the music can be a little loud. I don't want it to overpower me, even though I'm a bit loud. Alright, let me actually... Is that good? Okay, I think that's good. Sunshine filters in through the dusty windows of the estate as the dull aches of last night's activities throb in and out of focus. You manage to survive a second night in the town of Scarlet Hollow. As you pull yourself out of bed, you can feel the soot and grime of the Shaw mines still stuck to your skin. Yeah, ugh. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. The water is hot and surprisingly enough, clean. As steam fills your lungs and soot washes down the drain, Ooh. Every minute feels like another thread holding this town together starts to unravel. Thoughts of doom consume you. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. I want to see Dustin. Time to start your day. Checking on Dustin! There are 2 of them now. Morning, Dustin. Who's your friend?
Her name Mom. She come visit. I Dustin Mom. Gotta stay with Dustin until glass house empty.
I can't think of it. It's a garden house. Not the outhouse. I can't think right now.
Thank you, human, for take care of my boy.
Ooh, what happened to your glass house?
Asshole squatter moved in. Kicked Dustin Mom out. Squatter tried to eat Mom. Squatter evil.
Is the squatter Sam Wayne?
Squatter may be asshole, but squatter not evil. It just tried to survive. Just like all creature. Dustin still have much to learn.
I had a rough night. Can you console me? I love how they look different. They don't look the same. I love that.
Was it because of Cat Monster? Dustin was scared too. If Cat Monster want to eat Dustin, Cat Monster will have to go through Dustin Mom first. Dustin Mom will kill. Then Dustin and Mom eat like kings. This nature.
I've gotta go. Bye. I need to think of a different voice for Dustin's mom. I wasn't expecting another possum, but we got one. That's it. Where the hell are you, Sam Wayne? You hold your breath and approach the bedroom window. After finding that boot print and Viscart in the garden yesterday, you can't help but anticipate something staring back at you. It's the same view. But yeah, I wonder if Sam's in the Greenhouse, that's what it's called. Oh my god. You turn your back to the guest room. You lost your shoe. Every time you see that doll, your heart skips a beat. It hasn't moved, right? No, it hasn't. Oh. It looked like it lost its shoe. Did it only have one shoe? That's enough of this closet. You turn back to the guest room. You pull out your phone and open up your group chat with Stella and Kanika. Pained old man. I sent this one too. I need to be different. I keep forgetting I can't do what Bean did. But I'm too much of a meme lord and I like sending memes. You send a photo of a pained old man. It'll probably be a bit before you get a response. You've done everything you wanted to up here. It's time to start your day. You enter the kitchen to find your cousin in the midst of devouring a pint of banana chocolate chunk. She isn't alone. Frou-Frou glares at you from her usual spot on the counter as a red-headed woman busies herself trying to tidy as best as she can.
A vile woman, destroying the natural order of my kitchen.
Tabitha's eyes dart to the corner of the room, almost as if she's ashamed of being caught in the act of stress-eating ice cream for breakfast. That's different. When I played as Bean, that was not what was said. And I don't think she looked like that. Nobody lives out in the garden, right? This is new too. I don't think I had this before. But then again, I didn't talk to Dustin, so I wasn't able to get it. Okay. Nobody lives out in the garden, right? Gosh, I wouldn't know. Miss Tabitha won't let me touch that place. Nobody lives in the garden. Why are you even asking? And now the dresser pot. I don't want to say that, because what if they get rid of Dustin? Look, I found this gory boot print in the garden yesterday. You showed Tabitha the photo of the boot print you took yesterday morning. Look, you're not wrong. That's definitely unsettling, but I don't think there's a squatter out there. Even if there was, I don't really have the time or energy or desire to go poking around out there. Oh shit, I think I double-clicked. Gosh, you two sound a little heated. Is everything alright? We're fine, Janie. Alrighty then. Y'all just let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Bonjour, Frou-Frou.
Ugh,
Bonjour, sacre bleu. Do not think you can just bonjour me just because I slept at the foot of your bed last night. I still despise you. 3 humans at once. This is abhorrent. Your stink will linger here for hours. How am I to bear it?
I see. Talking to my cat again. Are you sure you didn't get hit on the head last night? You don't say good morning to your pets? I always make sure to talk to my farm cats and alpaca like they're people. To me, they kind of are.
How's it hanging?
How's your morning been so far? Aside from you trying to give me a heart attack about squatters in the garden, yeah, that probably wasn't a good thing to talk about. My men have been working around the clock to dig 2 teenagers out of my mines, so I'm a little stressed. Tabitha takes one last spoonful of ice cream, then discards the empty container, turning to you with her trademark scowl. Let's get going. I've got an errand to run in town, and every time I've left you here alone, something terrible winds up happening, so you're coming with me. Sure, I'll meet you outside. Are you seriously asking for time alone here after you just probed me about whether the garden has a squatter problem? What do you take me for, an idiot? I'm already behind on my day. I don't have time to deal with hijinks. Janie, lock up when you leave, please, and don't go rearranging anything. I'll know. As you ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Bacon, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I mean, I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. I'll be praying for those poor kids. I can't imagine how scared they must be. You only come in once a week, right? What do you do with the rest of your time? Oh, odd jobs mostly. Weeding gardens, cleaning houses, watching kids, that sort of thing. My husband's the pastor, so a lot of my time spent at the church and doing things for the community. Poor Daniel. He's been going absolutely stir crazy since we moved here. What with nobody really attending sermons? It'd probably do him a lot of good to talk to you through your worries. That sounds wonderful. Thank you for the offer. Of course. He's always ready and willing to talk to people, so feel free to stop by the church anytime. The door is always open. I just want checked the window just in case Sam Wayne was like peeking in. Cause he does peek in windows. He does peek in windows. Especially in chapter 4, episode 4. One of these days I'm gonna get it right. It's episodes. Am I recording? I am. Hmm. Do you know anything about a guy named Wayne? I'm gonna stop the two of you right there. Bacon, I'm busy and not in the mood to stand around waiting while you play Nancy Drew with my cleaning lady right in front of me. We're leaving. Bye, Janie. Alrighty then. Be safe out there, you two. Tabitha practically drags you from the estate, one hand clasped firmly around your arm. She continues to drag you all the way to her car and from there into town. I don't think she was able to do this when I had the strength build. The ride to town is uneventful, your cousin unsurprisingly more focused on the road than on making conversation. Alright, we're just popping into the general store for a few minutes. What are we doing at the general store? Picking up some tea from Sybil. Oh, neat. What kind of tea? I don't know. The kind Sybil makes. She makes a bunch of weird stuff. I don't know what all of it's called. Quit interrogating me about tea blends. Jeez. After everything that's happened in the past 2 days, it's nice to just go on an errand. Exactly. You and Tabitha turn towards the door to the general store. A flustered Kanika exits, shouting behind her. Fine, okay, keep coddling him. Keep letting him get away with the stuff you never would have let me so much as think about. I'm sick of carrying this family. Kanika storms off. The door slowly drifts shut behind her. Ugh. Other people and their drama. If more people kept things to themselves, they'd be a lot happier. I want to do that one. What are you Oh, wrong voice. What are you burying? A lot of things. I'm burying... I don't know if I can read this in her voice. Hang on. I'm burying Pearl Ann this coming Sunday, for instance. I just want to say, holy shit, damn. Woo, okay. Dark humor. You know what? Sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you just need to have a light and fun conversation. even though it's very dark. Especially when it's about burying your mom. If I were to seriously answer your question, I wouldn't actually be burying those things anymore, would I? We're burning daylight. Come on already. Before, I had Bo and Duke in here when I came in here with Bean, but since Duke passed, I don't see Bo. The bells of the general store chime as you cross the threshold. The smells of old wood and steamy herbal tea flood your senses, making you feel instantly at home. Good morning, you two. Hope you're doing well after last night's activities. I never noticed these guys. There's a little axolotl. There's a little snakey. This is the company's cat. They do a lot of merch of him. I believe his name is Spoons? But I never noticed that before.
Little creature.
Morning. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Ooh, 99 cents pickles? Damn. Those are some cheap pickles. Of course. Bacon, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will be a few minutes. Can I have some tea? Oh, sure. If you're willing to wait a bit. I wasn't expecting to entertain, so I didn't put any water on. I'll go ahead and do that now. It never hurts to have fresh hot water on hand. Can we get this over with first? Of course, of course. Priorities. Sybil motions for Tabitha to follow, and they both disappear into the tea room, closing the door behind them with a tinkling of bells. I wonder if I can hear better when I have a keen eye. You walk up to the door of the tea room to listen in. Subtle. I know it took a little longer than you'd hope, but this was fairly short notice. Sybil pauses, and a moment later you hear footsteps move to the far end of the tea room. She and Tabitha resume their discussion, their voices hushed. You can only make out bits and pieces of what they're saying. Is there? Yes, make sure this is all. Not inside. Outside, then. Don't assume you know. I know what I feel like that's more information than I got with Bean. Your listening session is halted as the tinkling of bells announce another patron. Oh. Oh, excuse me. Wait, you're Bacon, aren't you? My name is Bo. I'm Duke's boy. It's a pleasure to meet you. The policeman told me you saw what happened to my daddy. I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you. The policeman said he might just be out hunting somewhere, but me and my mama both know he ain't coming back. Yeah, I know he's not coming back either. Mama's pretty broken up about it. I'm trying to hold it together since I'm the man of the house now, but it ain't easy. Me and him was supposed to bring Big Betty to the state fair this week, but now he's gone, and as of this morning, so is she. Wait, I thought she was... No, I guess, Beatrice, or Birdie, sorry. I guess those were two different birds. I thought it was the same bird, but this is a different bird. But in my Bean run through, we were able to save Duke, so we were able to save Big Betty. So I suppose if I'm not going to the fair, I may as well make myself useful and get out in the woods to look for what's left of my daddy. You was there, right? Could you tell me where to look so I can try to find him? Is Big Betty one of your chickens? Nah, she ain't a chicken. Big Betty is our prized pumpkin. Fuck, right, it was a pumpkin, not a bird. She was a big lady, too. I'd expect she was at least 2,000 pounds. Not too easy to move something like that. Could be she rolled off down a hill. But I can't be looking for her just yet with everything going on. Have you seen anything strange on the farm the past couple of days? Not really, no. But I've been awfully busy with everything that's still been happening. Them chickens keep disappearing, though. Your dad was killed by ditchlings. They're monsters that show up when something bad is gonna happen. And the things that have been stealing your chickens. I ain't never heard of a ditchling before, but whatever they are, they won't stop me from trying to find my daddy. Well, they're supposed to be harmless, but you know, one did jump on the gun, and then it went to Duke's face, and then he shot himself. Essentially, yeah, he did shoot himself. Now that I think about it. I don't want Bo to get hurt. I can't tell you where he is. It's not safe. That's what my mama said too. But I ain't got much else to do with my day. All the crops have been harvested, and the chores been tended to. I may as well be useful. Thank you for looking out for me, Bean. And please tell Miss Scarlet I'm so sorry about her mama. Aww. Such a good boy. Little head pats. Pat, 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 pat. Also, he's fucking tall. I talked about this in my Bean run through. He is motherfucking tall. Because I think Duke was, like, up to there to him. I think Tabitha and Sybil are still in the tea room. Your phone buzzes. Oh my god, hey, I overslept. Still gotta make myself breakfast. If y'all want, you can swing by. Otherwise, meet at the library and figure out a plan? I think I'm good. Just had a big fight. Not really hungry. Gonna chill in my van for a while. If you want to hang out, though. Otherwise, see you guys at the library. You have plenty of time before dinner at Reese's. Let's wait for Tabitha. Your cousin will probably be back any second. It's best just to stay put. You and Miles share an uncomfortably long moment of silence as Bo continues to shop. How are your dailies going? Miles doesn't dignify your question with an answer. You doing okay, buddy? Miles glances up at you, eyes narrowed. Don't talk to me like we know each other. You're just Kanika's weird friend. I don't even remember your name. It's Bacon. Okay, cool. I'm just going to go ahead and forget it again. Miles returns to his phone. She looks scared. Tabitha bursts out of the tea room, tucking a pouch of herbs into her coat as she walks. She looks up at you in surprise. You actually stayed. I kind of expected you to go running off the instant I left you alone. Family's important. I'm not just gonna ditch you. That's a nice sentiment. We'll see if you can actually put it to practice by not doing anything weird or dangerous for the rest of the week. I've got a couple of hours to spare. I'll pick us up some sodas and we can get out of here. I don't like lingering where anyone could just walk up and start talking to me. Tabitha leaves the store, motioning you to follow. Tabitha stops in front of a small house on the quiet hill just off Main Street. The Scarlets own most of the houses out here. We rent them out to employees, just more convenient, you know. Sorry, it's another background, so I have to see where Sam is. And here I thought the estate was your secret lair. The estate is my non-secret lair. Everyone knows I live there. Nobody knows about this place. Except now you, I guess. Oh, she shared a secret with us. Now come on, let's make ourselves scarce before we're spotted. Your cousin pulls out a heavy set of keys from her pocket. She picks out one marked with a bright strip of green tape and unlocks the door. Come on in. Don't worry, it's empty. You follow your cousin into the model home. We haven't rented this one out in years. I come here to get away from it all. Does that make any sense? It's kind of a vacation home, but I don't have to travel. Anyways, make yourself comfortable and have a soda. Ah, yes. The gay sitting pose. All the gays don't know how to sit. This confirms it. But I can also confirm it too. Tabitha hands you a cream soda. Ooh, cream soda! Before settling on the couch. Ooh, I can. Ooh. Though the place is clean and tidy and full of all the trappings of life, you know it's an illusion. It may look like a place where a family lives and feels joy, but there's no soul here. Only the dream of one. Ooh. Are you coming ghost hunting with us tonight? Is that actually happening? Stella will be there. Look how happy she is. Now I feel bad that I romanced Stella. And, like, it kind of makes sense that in my first run through when I was like, oh yeah, come on, we'll talk to Stella together. And she's like, fuck you, I'm leaving. I know what you're doing. And I'm like, oh. But so will Kanika. I doubt she'd be thrilled to see me again, but there's no point arguing with you. If you're gonna get up to anything paranormal, I'd better be there to save your skin if it gets hairy. Count me in. Yes, we got her. I'm supposed to have dinner at Reese's place. Do you know him? Reese? Oh, yeah, the dude that used to hang out with Kanika and Stella. I kinda remember him. Quiet, smelled kind of weird. Well, stopped coming to school at one point. I guess he got sick or something. I know his mom better than I know him. She's been everybody's doctor for as long as I can remember. She's intimidating. I've always liked her. Guess that's not hereditary, though. Reese has always been like a bit of a wet blanket to me. Do you know Sybil well? Everyone in town knows her. But I don't know if anyone actually knows her well. Why did you hire Janie? Perlan hired Janie. She was my babysitter before she started cleaning the estate. See, now we're getting so much more information. The police are really on my ass. I wouldn't really worry about them. Our family is law around these parts. So you should do your best to stay on my good side. I can't tell if that was the music, a car, or my stomach. What do you think about Avery? Who? Avery works at the diner, wears plant shirts. I have no idea who you're talking about. I know I've already asked, but can you tell me what the deal is with you and Stella now that we're hanging out? Alright, fine. We were close in high school. Really, really close. Look at that sad face. I know Stella, in my playthrough, she was like, yeah, we dated. Tabitha's like, yeah, we're close. She even did it with Sam Wayne. We'd have sleepovers a few nights a week. Spend all night watching monster movies and eating chips. Anyway, Herland didn't like her. I'd always have to lie and say I was going over to her place to study. When we graduated, it was impossible to see her anymore. There were no more excuses to go study, and I was too busy learning the ropes at the mines. Herland made sure my every waking minute was occupied. I didn't have time for friends.
Oh, Tabitha.
But I never needed friends before meeting Stella, so it was easy enough to slip back into that mindset and try to move on. Why ban her from your property, though? You're acting like Perlan ended it all, but Stella hasn't stopped trying to be there for you. I don't know. Perlan made me do it, and she's not even in the ground yet. I haven't had time to figure out how I feel. Is Perlan a homophobe? If she is, just fucking throw her in the ground or off the damn cliff. We don't deal with homophobes. Do you want me to try and get you in with Kanika? Please. If she's anything like me, that would only make her hate me more. I have dignity, Bacon. You had some harsh things to say about Oscar last night. Do you really believe what you said? I do. Some people shouldn't have kids. Are you sure you don't want to talk about Wayne? Yeah, sorry. It's a sore spot for me. What did he do? Girl, I need to know. I am trying to romance him in this run-through. Also, I swear to God. Like, I feel like this is any gender you can romance, but I have a feeling they're gonna trip me up and be like,
no, you have to be a woman to romance Sam Wayne.
and then I'll be like, you mother... But anyways, well, I guess we're gonna find out. I feel like you can start romances in the 4th episode, so I guess we find out where we are gonna romance him. Yay! Like I said, I don't know who's following you around, but it can't be him. So I think I am right about how it's the body of Sam Wayne, but the spirit is someone else. I want to say it's like Charles Shaw or something. I want to say it's like him. Someone. But he did know my name and everything. Oh, is he my guardian angel? Perlan sent him packing. He's gone. What the fuck did Perlan do? Who is this bitch? We need to throw her off the damn edge of Scarlet Estate. I really want to ask her, but... Okay, boundaries respected. Thanks. What kind of things did Perlan tell you about me and my mom? It doesn't matter what she's told anyone about you. She's dead. And in a few days, we're gonna bury her in the ground. What do you really think of me? You're better than asking me for validation. I'll say that much. I can't believe we're actually hanging out. I can. It's why you came all the way down here, isn't it? Oh, I feel so bad. I feel like I was an asshole in my first run through. And I'm not even done with that run through yet. That's just gonna be my asshole run through, I guess. But you get so much more information. Ugh. I'm gonna have to like play through, I probably won't do hardcore mode for the other run throughs. Maybe, I don't know. But I would like to try to get everyone romanced, and I want to do the like the different death thingies, like how episode 1 was Duke or Gretchen, episode 2 was save the girls or leave them to die, But I don't know if I'm going to do it for this episode, just because of what is being said and what Sam also says. And since we're trying to romance him, we got to be on his good side. What I can't believe is that I'm actually almost enjoying it.
Oh.
I'm really glad I came up here. Tabitha pauses as she takes a long, contemplative swig of her soda. Yeah. Oh, what was Pearl Ann like? Okay, I guess you should know at least some things about the woman whose funeral you'll be attending. She was my mother. She was your mom. Twin! I don't think they explained that in my run-through. My first run-through. Fraternal. They didn't look alike. That's what my grandpas were. They were, fraternal. Same with their personalities. Night and day from what I've heard. Berlan was a hard ass, but that comes with the territory. I mean, what else do you want to know? Did you two get along? Oh, don't give me that face. Oh. No, that woman was a monster. Tabitha, all we have to do is throw her body off the edge of the Scarlet estate. There's a huge cliff. I don't know if you noticed this, but there's a huge cliff. How did she die? Sleep apnea. What was your dad like? I don't know. He just up and left one day. Didn't want anything to do with us anymore, I guess. It's always the men that are, like, close with the Scarlet family that die or just run off. They never got divorced, just separated. He probably couldn't be bothered to fill out any paperwork, especially considering he would lose any and all claim to the Scarlet fortune if they divorced. So he's just, like, freaking taking money from you guys? And he'd have to pay child support for a kid he couldn't be bothered to call on her birthday. I'm sorry, that must have been really hard for you. I don't really think about it. If he didn't want anything to do with me, his loss. What do you think of Silas and those other old-timers? It's complicated. They built the town. They built the mine. They're the whole reason you and I are here today. They weren't angels, I know that. But they're dead. They've been dead a long time. Is the estate stifling to you? Is that why you come here? Tabitha sips her soda, her expression suddenly heavy. I guess the estate has a lot of history. This place is so new by comparison. It's like the estate is full of ghosts, pressing down on me all the time, pressuring me to do what they want. Oh! If that's not foreshadowing, I don't know what is. When I'm here, I can imagine a life where I don't have to think about 200 years of history resting on my shoulders. I can just imagine living as a bank teller. No, don't do that, Tabitha. Don't do that. Or something. Having a simple life. Can we try some of that tea you picked up? It smells nice. Nope, it's sleepy time tea. You don't want to drink it in the middle of the day. Do you ever get to travel? I know I saw your blowing rock mug. My what? Oh, that must be one of Janie's. She was always saying we didn't have enough cups. There are 3 cups. That's plenty. One for me, one for Perlan, and one for the occasional guest. But Janie said her husband has a ton of dumb little souvenir mugs from his travels. Not that I asked, she just tells me stuff about her family. Anyways, she said they have mugs to spare, as if I needed her charity. I guess she must have snuck a few under my nose. I'll have to remember to toss it when I get back. Anyways, to answer your question, no, I don't travel. Too much to do. Sure, I'd like to see the Outer Banks one day, but I'm the head of the company. It's not like anyone can cover for me. Maybe when I retire, if that ever happens. You live in a massive mansion, but only have 3 cups. Why does everyone get hung up on that? It's not like the Scarlets don't own more dishware, but I'm not going to use the fine china to drink Pepsi. And we technically have 4 glasses, but one of them is used for the silverware. You know what? She's right. So there, we have more than 3. Janie seems like a busybody, right? I only hire her to clean, but she keeps insisting on talking to me and micromanaging the way I run the household. The number of cups we have is none of her business, and I definitely don't need to know about what her family did over the weekend, or what cute little thing her kids said, or how much she loves her wet napkin of a husband. Maybe when this week is over, we can go to the beach together. Yeah, maybe. I think I'd like that. Do you like living here? Like I said, it's the only thing I know. You don't need to have lived somewhere else to know if you like it here. I respectfully disagree. Everything in life requires context to properly understand, and I don't have context here. You don't need context to know if you like living somewhere. Are you happy? Generally, no, I'm not. Oh, I'm seeing too much of myself in that poor girl. My poor girl Tabitha. But I'm happy you're here. Do you actually like running the mines? Of course not. But that doesn't really matter. I've had years of Perlan drilling it into my head. I can't trust anyone else to do my job. And if I don't do it, this entire town falls to ruin. It's my burden to bear. That's... That sounds like that could be something else, too. Though I'd be lying if I said I haven't thought about running off. What if I moved here after everything's said and done? I could help around the mines. I don't think you want to do that. Nobody should want to do that. This task is my burden, and I intend to keep it that way. Thanks for taking me out here. Your phone buzzes before Tabitha has a chance to respond. Almost forgot, it's Mayor Jimmy Day. Good excuse to head over to the library. We should check in with Oscar and Rosalina. Meet y'all in half an hour. I totally blanked on that. Been having a weird, foggy morning. Wild that they're still doing the Mayor Jimmy thing, even after last night. Do you think news has spread yet? But yeah, we should go see Oscar. See y'all soon. Someone's popular. It's Mayor Jimmy Day. Ugh. What a ridiculous event. You know he's a dog, right? Did they fill you in on that little detail? We haven't had a human mayor in Scarlet Hollow since at least the early 1900s. We've been a dog mayor town since then. Tabitha takes another sip of her soda, smirking. Everyone knows it's our family that holds the power in this town. Still, sounds like it could be kind of fun. Even I can admit it's funny watching everyone fawn over the little guy in his mayor get up. And if Stella's gonna be there, you are still in love with her, girl! See, now I feel like the asshole. There's not many lesbians in a small town, and here I am, scooping the only one up. I'm sorry, Tabitha. I'm sorry. Be lucky that I'm not a lesbian in this run-through. Well, technically, I, myself, Bean, this Bean, is. Scarlet Hollow Bean is also one. You get what I'm saying, right? Yeah, count me in. We can finish our sodas and head over. That is a look of someone... Okay. We're gonna try to get them together. I can fix her! Is the trophy achievement I got. How do I look? It's been a while since I've been out in public like this. I'm kinda nervous. Who the hell are you? Out of the corner of your eye, you can see a furious woman making a beeline for you and Tabitha. You quietly tap Tabitha's shoulder. What? Excuse me, Miss Scarlet? Can I help you? What the hell do you think you're doing down here grinning like a buffoon while my Becca is trapped in your mind? Oh, oh shit. What exactly are you doing to try to dig her out? I don't see you lifting any rocks. What? I've got my guys working around the clock to get her out of there. I don't see what me running a couple of errands in the morning has to do with. I don't want to hear it. You should be up there right along with them. It's your damned fault she even managed to get in there. Why wasn't the entrance more secure? You were asking for something like this to happen. Fuck you, bitch. Whatever happens, I will be pressing charges. Will you be pressing charges if you're dead? Do you want involuntary manslaughter to be one of them, or do you want to get your ass moving? Your daughter is trash, ma'am. Hey, she's doing everything she can. Lay off. Yeah, what legal grounds do you even have? There were signs. The place was boarded up. I did my legal duty, and you don't have a leg to stand on. So don't try to threaten me. I'll find a lawyer who knows how to nail you for everything you're worth. Mark my words. Well, guess what? Bacon happens to be a lawyer, too. Those are children in there. How can you be concerned with anything but their well-being, you heartless cow? First off, I'm gonna start punching. I wish I had my strong build and... If anything at all has happened to my baby in there, you better be scared as hell for what's gonna happen to you and your precious family business. The Scarlets have sat up in their big comfy castle for too long. It's time someone took you people down for the reckless way you run this place. She better be lucky I didn't have my strength build. Let me write that down. Have the strength build. Don't save the kids. Can we punch her? The woman storms off just as quickly as she stormed in. God damn it. She's right. I can't just hang around town the day after something like this. It doesn't look good. I should be up there, even if it's just to oversee what's going on. If I'm supposed to run this place, I've got to get my head in the game. I can't slip up like this again. Tabitha sighs, straightening up. Her scowl returns. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you at the library tonight. I'm writing this down. I am writing this down. You give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds! Alright, that is written. Be careful, Becca's mom. I'm coming for you. My third run through. Your cousin turns and heads back to her car, leaving you alone on Main Street. You enter the library alone. It's busier than usual, and a small crowd has formed in a corner of the main foyer. Hey, Bacon! I have expected you to have finally skipped town. The whole gang's here. I've been waiting to introduce Bacon to the mayor for like the entire time I've known him. It'll be worth it. Trust us. Alright, shall we? Yep, he's a dog. And judging from the series of portraits lining the walls, Tabitha wasn't pulling your leg. Every mayor of Scarlet Hollow in living memory has also been a dog. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. And unless you're mistaken, the serious man by his side is Deputy Franklin, one of the policemen you spoke to following your encounter in the woods on Monday. So that is him!
Good morning.
I don't know what voice I gave Jimmy. I don't have many voices. Good morning, citizen. I don't believe we've met. He holds out his paw as if to shake your hand. You take his little paw in your hand, but the burly security detail stops you. No paw shaking. Only head pats and ear scratches allowed. I must apologize for my security detail. He has my best interests at heart, but he can be a little gruff at times. Hey, aren't you Deputy Franklin? Not when I'm off duty. The mayor scoffs. Off duty? The services you render for me are more important than your police work. Is this his dog? I knew he'd be a dog. And what bearing does that have on anything? Aw, did Tabby ruin it for you? This town has had a dog as a mayor since the early 1990s. That's just how we do things around here for some reason. It's the best part of living in Scarlet Hollow, besides the nature. And all of my friends, and Winnie's Biscuit. Oh, and the close-knit town community, of course. But having a dog mayor is a close fifth, no contest. Now, is there something I can help you with? You're not one of my constituents? I'd like to make sure I spend plenty of time with the voters. You still haven't found Duke's body. What are you even doing here? Like I said, I'm off duty, and I don't make a habit of discussing official police business with out-of-towners. And especially not with the suspicious out-of-towners. Now, let's hear this stranger out. Tourism is part of this town's lifeblood after all. Mr. Mayor, there's something very serious going on in this town. We need your help. Murmurs stir in the crowd behind you as you relay the danger to the mayor. Of course, the pet disappearances. I've been made aware of the situation. But what do you expect me to do about it? It's autumn. That's tourist season in Scarlet Hollow. I think I talked about that this is pretty much like Jaws. How the mayor was like, no, it's July, this is tourist season. If we don't have that beach open, we're done. And then he opens the beach and then people die. Not a spoiler, because that movie's like 60 years old or something. I can't turn away the lifeblood of this town, not with the mine faltering the way it is. There was a mine collapse last night. We don't need any more news of disaster coming out of Scarlet Hollow. Do you understand? You care about tourists? The murmurs behind you intensify as you continue your conversation with the mayor. Of course! I'm the mayor! I know what goes on in this town, and I know what the people need to see. And what they need to see is their elected official not breaking down in public. I'm a pillar of this community. I need to present myself as strong, calm, and collected in the face of danger. Otherwise, it might cause a panic. And nobody wants that, right? I've just heard enough from you, Jimmy. Look at you, putting on a show in front of your adoring fans, while the dogs of this town are snatched up by monsters in the woods, hoping the humans will clean it up after you. When are you gonna finally do something meaningful with that hairier citizens of... I need to redo that, hang on. When are you gonna finally do something meaningful for the hairiest citizens of Scarlet Hollow? Now, Miss Gretchen, there's no need. Scraps would never have let things prowl the woods for so long. I can't do Gretchen. And yet you sit back, waiting for the humans to notice, and letting more innocent dogs suffer. And you know, I almost lost my love to those things the other night, and my goodness, haven't you heard about poor Duke? Now, Gretchen, a lot of those were old dogs. It's fair of me to assume they simply went to the big farm upstate. Don't you dare talk to me about old dogs! She's got a good point, Mr. Mayor. You're damn right I do. Scraps would have Scraps would have been out in those woods at the first sign of trouble, tearing out the throats of any creatures who dared threaten the dogs of Scarlet Hollow. Yet here he is, posing... Did I read that wrong? I think I read that wrong. Oh. Yet here he is, posing for the little rectangles like nothing is wrong with this town. Gretchen squirms in Stella's arms, straining to get at Mayor Jimmy. Whoa, Gretchen, calm down, old girl. You're gonna pull a muscle. Mr. Franklin, I think there's a good time to dispose of this riffraff. Miss Richmond, I'm gonna have to ask you and your dog to step away from the mayor. I should have known better. These two have never gotten along. Stella walks off, still struggling to hold Gretchen as she shouts insults back at Jimmy. Ingrate! Never do well, you dog! Kanika is quick to follow. It looks like everyone else is already talking to Oscar in the next room. Before you can catch up to your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. It's hard to put a finger on it, but something compels you to... Something compels you to dislike him. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor may have some unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Bacon. Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. She's not in the damn ground yet. Let's not kid ourselves. We both know Pearland's in hell. Oh, I'm sure she wasn't that bad. Most people are good, deep down inside. It's best not to speak ill of the dead. Janie mentioned you this morning. That woman is the light of my life. I'm so glad she's there to help your cousin through the rough patch. Hey, do you know anything about ghosts? Ghosts? I've never encountered one myself, but I have heard stories of folks who have been visited by their loved ones from beyond the grave, and it seems like it provides them with some sort of spiritual healing. Like their beloved relatives are watching over them, even in death. Is it about Pearland or perhaps your mother? Have you been visited by her? No, Oscar's place is haunted. Oh, like a Scooby-Doo episode or something? I'm afraid I don't buy into that particular notion. It's a bit too spiritualist. Now, if it were a vision of one of his parents trying to contact him from heaven, I could understand that. It isn't. Yeah, it really isn't. It's going to... If you know what happens, you know who's coming up. I'm trying my best not to spoil the game, even though I've played it, and this is hardcore mode, and I feel like a lot of people watch or play the game like the normal vanilla before hardcore, I'm assuming. But you know what they say about assuming. Makes an ass out of you and me. Hang on. Chapstick break. But I simply don't believe in malicious spirits. Lingering neither in heaven nor hell, jumping out of closets to scare us. Shit, you want to go ghost hunting with us tonight? I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for whatever it is he saw. There were ghosts in the mines last night. Really? Are you sure you weren't just seeing something normal? Trauma has a funny way of manifesting itself. Are you gaslighting me? The mayor is a huckster and a fraud. The bastard cares more about tourism than the fate of the town. The pastor goes quiet for a second, his face suddenly white as a sheet. The smile fades from his face as he stares at you, intently, studying your expression. You too. He glances to either side before continuing. I thought I was the only one. Please, come visit me at the church soon. Seems like we might have a lot to talk about. He hurries off, suddenly quiet and serious. Nothing to do now but to catch up with your companions.
Where's Little Pixel?
You find them already talking to Oscar deeper in the library. Are you sure we can't get it over with while the sun is up? I don't know if I can handle getting scared shitless in the dark 2 nights in a row. That just makes it more fun. I wish we could, especially since I'm not particularly excited about going back in there after dark either. But I'm pretty sure it only comes out when the sun goes down. Yeah, there's no way I'm going in until the spirit is at full power. I want to be sure we get the best evidence possible. This could be my one shot to get real proof of ghosts. I'm not going to waste it just because I'm impatient. Y'all are going to be the death of me. Don't say that, Kanika. And you're sure there's nothing we can do for Rosalina right now? I don't think so. She's been locked up in the back room all day. Hasn't been very interested in talking to anyone. I think the best we can do is stick to the plan. Ghost bust the house clean and give her a real bed to sleep in tonight. Maybe what we'll do, we'll go with the option that'll piss Sam off, but I'll do an extra save, because I'm not losing my romance. I just hope it's possible to get rid of this thing. This is a pretty serious ghost infestation? Is that what you'd call something like this? I believe it's called a haunting, but ghost infestation sounds cool. I suppose we're the ghost hunters, so we can call it whatever we want. Is the music not playing? Or is it just super quiet? I just looked over at OBS. Anyways, I'll be bringing all the ghost hunting supplies anyone could ever need, so we should be set on preparations. The only thing y'all need to bring is an open mind.
We have the power of friendship on our side.
Don't worry, Oscar. We'll fix this.
Heck yeah, we will.
Yeah, whatever it is, we'll get to the bottom of this tonight. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Well, if we're not doing the haunt right now, I guess we should head over to Reese's? Absolutely, come on. Time to go bother our friend. I'm gonna get back to it. See you all tonight. Time to go. So, about the mayor. You should vote for Scraps next election. That's who Gretchen supports. Wait, how do you know about Scraps? Can you actually talk to animals? I've always liked Scraps. Gretchen's got good taste. I finally met Pastor Daniel. It was only a matter of time until he tried to pull you aside about grief counseling. When my dad died, I had to ban him from the general store for a week. He wouldn't stop leaving little pamphlets at the checkout. I don't know where he finds so many. I think he comes off as a little weird because he shares my gift. Wait, you don't mean... Yeah, he corroborated some of the things the mayor told me. Okay, assuming for a minute that both you and Pastor Daniel have the magical power of speaking to animals, I don't think that's enough to explain how weird the guy is. For instance, you don't make my skin crawl. He does. I wonder how many people out there share your gift. There's so many implications. I'm going to continue to pretend that Bacon is just really good at reading animal body language. I don't think I can handle many more world-shattering revelations this week. Girl, this is day 3. We have 7 days. I wonder if the pastor's cursed. I felt something odd when he came up to me, and the way everyone dislikes him seems excessive. Unnaturally excessive. Is he cursed? I know this is weird coming from me, but not everything in town has to be spooky for supernatural reasons. Sometimes people just give off a bad vibe. Agreed. We're allowed to dislike him even though he hasn't done anything wrong. Damn! That we know of. Oh, before I forget, I invited Tabitha to come ghost hunting. You invited her? Even after last night? I mean, if anything, I thought she was actually pretty helpful. Stella, last night was a disaster. For all we know, Tabitha just escalated things. Kanika sighs. Alright, it happened. Let's not get into it. Again. If we're lucky, she'll be too busy at the mines to even show. Aw, don't say that, Neeks. If we're lucky, she will show, and the two of you will finally get along. What about inviting Avery? Oh yeah, totally. I don't know why I hadn't thought of that. I'm sure they'd get a hoot out of it. Yeah, I can't say I mind having a calming presence with us tonight. We won't be much help to Oscar if we just start jumping at our own shadows. Cool, I'll text them on the way over to Reese's. Alright, shall we head out? The 3 of you leave the library for an early dinner at Reese's. Mr. Sam Wayne, where are you? You once again find yourself in front of Reese's house. An old hesitation grips you as the building looms over the hilltop. Though it's only early afternoon, it feels much later, the sun already sinking behind the tall mountains that surround Scarlet Hollow. Early afternoon would be like 11, 12, right? And we're going for dinner. This is something my grandma did. She calls lunch like dinner, and then like dinner supper. So I'm wondering if this is what they're doing too. We're a little early. What if Dr. Kelly yells at us? There's no such thing as early when you're hanging out with friends. That's just extra time you get to spend together. Okay, but what if she yells at us? Yeah, excuse me. It's too late. The door swings open. Hey! Reese! Oh my god, dude, it's been ages. You must be Bacon, right? I've heard a lot about you. Stella's been relentless about making sure I get all the Bacon updates. My goodness gracious, there's something that smells terribly off about that boy. Get away from my Stella, you fiend. I love how they actually look at each other. I don't think I noticed that. Gretchen starts yelping at Reese, straining against Stella's grip as she tries to get between them. Are they here already? I knew you'd show up early, Stella, and you brought that dog. Great. Yeah, I thought she might cheer Reese up. I don't know what's gotten into her all of a sudden. The dog stays outside. But it's okay, Stella. We can let her chill in my van for a bit. I'll run the AC and leave some treats. You know, I always have some of those easy chew dog jerky stashed away. The gall! The gumption! This is a violation of my rights. But we go everywhere together. Do you want to come in or not? Kanika nervously tugs Stella away towards her van. You keep her safe from that monster, Bacon, you hear? Don't let a feather of harm fall on my darling Stella. Well, what about you, Bacon? You coming in? I'm just noticing the similarities. We'll talk about it in episode 4 if I remember. Oh, sure. You follow Reese and Dr. Kelly inside. Stella and Kanika aren't far behind you. The house feels cold. Not only is there an odd chill in the air, but the building itself feels too sterile, uncomfortably tidy to the point where you're nervous to touch anything. If it weren't for the aroma of store-bought dinner rolls baking in the oven and the unsettling artwork hanging in the hallways, you'd be half convinced you wandered into a real estate showing. So, how can I lend a hand? By sitting down at the table and not puttering around in my kitchen? I made sure everything was done well in advance so that the only thing left are the dinner rolls, which shouldn't be long. Then we can have a quick dinner, and then you can leave my house and go about your business. But I was kind of hoping to see Reese's new art. We still have time, right? You aren't seriously considering subjecting your friends to your disaster of a room, are you? It's not that bad. You can still see the floor. Dr. Kelly raises a questioning eyebrow. I don't mind a little mess. Yeah, I doubt it could be any worse than the way I keep my room. Okay, fine. As long as you stay out of the kitchen, I don't care what you get up to. Cool, we'll just be downstairs. You won't even notice we're here. I don't even remember if I gave Reese or Dr. Kelly a voice. I think I just used my normal voice. Maybe I need to work more on voices. You make your way towards the basement stairs. The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. Sorry, I'm just trying to take it all in to see if I'm missing something. Oh, he has a bathroom. I don't think I noticed that before. Oh, Attack on Titan. Okay. You gotta get better cable management, bud. Mine's shit too, but you know what? No one can see it. Your mom is so scary. She can be a little intense. Kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyways, make yourselves comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. I haven't been cleaning much. Your whole situation's gotta be rough. Sorry. Thanks, but I've been dealing with this thing for a while, so you don't have to feel sorry for me. I've come to terms with the way the rest of my life is gonna be. You're so macabre, Reese. You make it sound like you've been sentenced to death. You haven't, right? Not exactly. No one really knows what's wrong with me, but it's getting worse. I can barely keep food down. My skin always itches like there's worms crawling underneath it. I could live for a long time or a short time. No one's sure. But I'm definitely not going to get better. Whatever time I have left is going to be miserable. So I've done my mourning. My best years are behind me. My future is unknowable. But one day, I'll wind up in a pine box, just like everyone else. And I'm okay with that. Dang, Reese, I may be a goth, but that's some real nihilistic shit. We'll make sure to come by more often from here on out. Friendship heals all wounds, right? Thanks, guys. But you really shouldn't worry about me. I have my art. I'm doing fine. Really. Surely there must be something the doctors can do for you, even if it's just helping you deal with the symptoms. The doc upstairs has consulted with a lot of specialists. I've tried a lot of medicine. Sure, some have been able to alleviate symptoms, but they always come with their own fun side effects. It wound up being a question of picking which set of discomforts I wanted to deal with. I settled on constant nausea and vomiting and a persistent itch I can't scratch. It's manageable. As long as I can still paint, I don't care. And hey, it isn't all bad. Some of it is just weird. Like this. Reese pulls on the skin of his arm. It stretches unnaturally. Also, his nails grew. I was looking at those when we first saw him. His nails were shorter. Now they're longer. Hyperelasticity. Kinda cool, right? Whoa. Does that not hurt? Nope, it feels fine. Like I said, it gets itchy under the skin sometimes. But I don't know if that's elasticity, the medicine, or some other part of my condition. Your art. Each piece exudes a sickening miasmus? Misama? What is that word? It's miasma, and it means unsettling. Like oppressive, unsettling, etc. It's like you can feel something squirming behind the paint. The brushstrokes acting as steel bars, trapping some anguished being within. I feel the emotions you put into these. They're withering just behind the paint, radiating pain and anguish. I know what you mean. I feel it too. When I'm working on them, it's like I'm channeling whatever's plaguing me into the paint. And when they're done, I feel like I've been emptied out, and all the vile things inside of me have been sealed away in the canvas. Oh, interesting. That's why I make so many of them. Sometimes when I return to a piece, it's almost like I'm offering an invitation for those feelings to slither back to my skin. There are some pieces I can't even look at. I hide them until I forget they exist. I'd rather not let those particular feelings back in. Sounds kinda like therapy? That seems healthy, right? Yeah, art therapy. It sounds like it does you good. Being empty must be better than being full of bad thoughts, right? I think so. It works for me. That's quite a movie collection you got there. Any recommendations? Let me think. Oh, have you heard of Shinochi? Death Blood? I saw that for the first time recently and it blew me away. Excellent example of both Japanese horror and found footage done right. We could even put it on after dinner if you guys are interested. Dang, I would usually be down for that, but we've got to head over to Oscar's after this. We promised we'd ghost bust his place. He's apparently been dealing with a bad haunting. And I feel like we should really be there for him tonight, considering everything that's happened. He and Rosalina both need our support right now. I'll take a rain check on the movie, though. Yeah, we'll definitely come by for a movie night this week. I'm free tomorrow night. Same goes for Bacon. I should probably work tomorrow, but I can close up early. So has Stella told you about everything that's happened the past couple of days? Oh, she's told me all about what you guys find out there. I wish I could see some of it myself, but, you know. He gestures in futility towards the wall of his basement. Are you sure you can't just sneak out one of these nights? The doc isn't keeping me prisoner here, Stella. I'm sick. You know that. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to. There's nothing to apologize for, and I appreciate the effort. Really, I do. There's just nothing you can really rescue me from. That die's already been cast. But we were talking about the past couple of days, weren't we? What do you think is going on with Sam Wayne? Who? You know, that guy that's been following Bacon around being all ominous? Oh yeah, that slasher creep. I appreciate the classic Jason vibe he's going with. Here's hoping he doesn't live up to the look, for all our sakes. Alright. What do you think of my cousin? She's always been distant and mean. I probably would have thought she had it out for me, personally, if she wasn't like that towards everyone. Or if I thought she even knew my name. But people change. People change. Maybe she's nicer now. She's still terrible. You guys just never took the chance to get to know her. She's actually really funny and sweet. I'll pass. Thanks. We'll do these two. I think I've done them with Bean, but we'll do them for Bacon as well. Do you think the town is doomed? I think everything is probably doomed at some point, but I guess that's answering a different question. Do I think the town of Scarlet Hollow is on the brink of collapse? Probably not, but it's not like I have a lot of perspective on what it's like out there. There could be rioting on Main Street, and if Stella or the doc didn't tell me, I just wouldn't know. I would totally tell you if there was a riot. Would Dr. Kelly tell you, though? I mean, yeah, I'd hope so. Well, the point I'm trying to make is that other people are my eyes out there. Do you have any thoughts on the ditchlings we've been seeing? Yeah, they've been coming up to my window at night. Wait, really? Is that why you text me that they look like something out of your nightmares? Yeah, I thought I was hallucinating. I hadn't put it together that we might have been seeing the same thing until now. I've been sketching them, actually. Tell me what you think. That looks like the one I punched in the Bacon run-through. I couldn't punch them this time. Because A, I don't have the strength build, and B, they didn't appear. He pulls out a sketchbook from one of the piles in his room. Okay, that's exactly what I saw on my way home last night. What does it mean that they've been lurking around here, though? I don't know, but I like the company. They're kinda beautiful in a sad way, if you ask me. Agree to disagree with you there. Those things are gonna be stuck in my nightmares until the day I die. If you need someone to pose for your paintings this week, that's so kind of you to offer. If you're okay with hanging out at weird hours, I'd love for you to come by and sit for me.
Oh my god, someone's gonna type me.
It's been a long time since I was able to draw anyone but myself, and I'd really appreciate the company. Do you want to come ghost hunting with us tonight? Oh wow, do you think you'd be down for that? We'd love to have you. I need to stop moving so much. My microphone is picking up my chair all the time. Yeah, it'd be great to have you along. That would be so amazing, but I haven't had the best luck leaving the house lately. Even just walking to town is enough to put me in bed for the week. It sucks. But make sure you bring your camera, Stella. I want to see everything that happens. Dinner's gotta be ready by now, right? Almost on cue. Reese's mom shouts from the kitchen. Dinner's on the table. Guess that's it for catching up. Make sure you wash your hands with soap. I don't want anyone sharing their germs at the dinner table. Sure thing, Doc.
I can't wash my hands.
Yes, ma'am. I'm looking at the art and everything. You make your way towards the sink, but are stopped in your tracks by the pull of an odd door at the end of the hallway. It feels out of place, like you've accidentally wandered into a different, older house. But more than that, you feel something radiating out from behind it. Something dark and cold. You felt this before, in the dusty tunnels you so narrowly escaped last night. An impressive hum, like a muted scream heard through layers of rock, trying to draw you towards it. You feel lightheaded. You're compelled to approach the door, drawn in as if hypnotized. Something wants you to find it. Before you know it, the door is turning in your hand, your heart full of both deep dread and a compulsive need to know what might be on the other side. What do you think you're doing? My hand! Well? A dark presence lies beyond this door. Can you feel it calling out? Can't you feel it calling out? That's called a draft, and there's nothing dark about it. It's just cold air. Now stop being weird and wash your hands already. Everyone's waiting on you. You won't let her interrupt you. You need to know what's behind the door. Oh, no you don't. Come on, wash your hands and sit down. She grabs you by the shoulder, yanking you away. You do as she says, cleaning up under her watchful eyes and allowing yourself to be ushered back to the table, away from the door. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Kanika anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense, his shoulders tight as his mom perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. She sits opposite you at the far head of the table, her features silhouetted against the light of the setting sun in the window behind her. Pills? She slides a few tablets towards Reese. He obediently swallows them. This is excellent, Dr. Kelly. Is the pasta homemade? Pasta sauce. No, it's from a jar. I work too many hours to make my own pasta sauce. Well, you have excellent taste in brands, and if you ever want any tips on easy homemade pasta sauces, you know No thanks, Stella. I have the internet if I need recipes. Thanks again for having us, Dr. Kelly. We really appreciate it. Thank you for putting this together, Dr. Kelly. I don't usually have time to cook for so many people. I'm just glad there's enough for everyone. It reminded me of what it used to be like when these two would come over. Hungry teenagers eating me out of house and home. I should have charged your parents for all the food you kids went through, honestly. It was like I was running a restaurant, not a doctor's office. What were Stella and Kanika like as kids? Noisy, messy, like all kids. There's suddenly a wistful look in her eye, like she's glimpsing back to some brighter time in her life. Kanika softens too, her shoulders lowering from their defensive place by her ears. Okay, that's making a lot of sense too. And they always had those little projects, videos or crafts or animal rescues, whatever it was that had captured their imaginations that week. The glimmer of joy at the corner of her eyes fades. Her glower returns in its place. So like I said, noisy and messy. Didn't we bring a dead squirrel into your house once? Oh god, not the squirrel. I remember the squirrel. Didn't you think the doc could Frankenstein it back to life or something? I was like 12. I was very susceptible to what I saw in the media, and a very sad girl about the squirrel. That's one of those things that keeps me up at night. I still feel guilty about bringing that into your house, Dr. Kelly. I'm just glad you didn't make it a habit. My cousin says she admires you. Really? I didn't think Tabitha could look up to anyone who isn't a Scarlet. You just didn't get to know her. She has tons of inspirations. Rockefeller, Carrageen, Ford. Ugh, that's even worse. If she admires me so much, she shouldn't be afraid to come in for her yearly physical. Especially since her aunt and now her mother both passed away at such relatively young ages. And I think the woman in the previous generation fared even worse than that. I can't remember the last time I saw her in my office. She should get her priorities straight. You can tell her I said that. Maybe she'll listen to family. But do you think she takes insurance? Because it's a small town and it's like run out of her house. Do you think she takes insurance, or is she like insanely cheap? You know. Just gotta know these things. Excuse me. Does no one in this town have two parents? Dr. Kelly's glare intensifies. The small towns are full of drama. People meet when they're young and reckless, and it doesn't always work out long term. Plus, these hills are dangerous, and the job's even more so. Things happen. Not everyone gets some fairy tale ending. You can find happy endings anywhere, though. It doesn't have to be perfect, but people can still be happy even if bad things have happened to them. I guess living in denial is a kind of happiness. Sure. It must break your heart having to isolate your son from the world like this. It's just another unfortunate side effect of his illness. Both of us have just had to come to terms with it. It's not the life I wanted for him, but it's the life he has to lead. Maybe he doesn't have to.
Ow, jeez, Kanika, your boots are heavy.
Sorry, Dr. Kelly. We're totally respectful to Reese's boundaries, even though they might seem a little arbitrary and strict. Isn't that right, Stella? You can kick me all you want. It won't change my bold attitude and outgoing personality. You know, Doc, I feel okay. I don't think having people over is all that rough on me. We'll see how you feel in an hour. Oh, what exactly does he have? He has a combination of genetic diseases that give him a fragile immune system, among other things. Yeah, among other things. It's too much to get into. A lot of technical terms that I'd have to explain. It's not good dinner talk, and it can't be pleasant for him to have to hear it again, so let's drop it. I'm fine talking about it. I'd rather we talk about something else. Dr. Kelly's eyes briefly, nervously, glanced towards her son before flitting back to a position of annoyance. I don't think she's made that face before. In my bean run-through. You can't help but feel like what you saw went beyond compassionate worry to be genuine fear. Reese is a talented artist. You must be very proud of him. He has a lot of skill, honed through practice and dedication. I can't say I understand a lot of his pieces, but of course I'm proud. Thanks, Doc. You see any weird hairless creatures scurrying around in the woods? I don't tend to go wandering in the woods, so no. You don't have to go all the way to the woods. They've been coming up to our windows at night. They've been what? There are these things called ditchlings, and they've been preying on the local wildlife. And Bacon and I found a whole nest of them the other night when we... Oh, I see. There's some of your little cryptozoological creatures. That word is a mouthful. Jesus. I know it sounds pretty out there, but I've seen these things in person. We're not messing around. They're out there, laying eggs in animals and doing God knows what else. And here I thought you finally managed to get an even head on your shoulders, Kanika. Seems like Stella might be a bad influence on you. I know her little stories can be convincing, but that's only because she managed to be so thoroughly convinced herself. She's not making up stories. Neither is Kanika, and neither am I. All you have to do is look outside after dark. There have been more every night. They're all pale and doughy in their faces. They're like sculptures of humans that didn't set right. I see. You stay up too late painting. Sorry. Ugh. You stay up too late painting your grisly faces, so if you started to see them everywhere, I'm sure whatever's outside is just a raccoon or. Stop. Stop doubting everything I say. Stop trying to rewrite things I tell you to fit what you think should be true. There's weird shit going down in Scarlet Hollow, whether you want to face it or not. You can feel the tension at the table start to rise. Do you know Sam Wayne? Sam Wayne? Dr. Kelly takes a moment to think. No, doesn't ring a bell. Someone you know? Someone's been following Bacon around. Super mysterious guy. We have a reason to believe he might have caught some kind of weird illness at the mines. He definitely looks like he could use some medical help. So please let us know if he shows up or anything. If there's someone harassing you, you should get the police involved. This isn't any of my business. Girl, the police hate me! You're a doctor. Do you think those kids are okay? It's possible. We'll see. In the meantime, I'm just stuck here waiting for the call. Here's hoping it doesn't come. An anxious silence descends on the dinner table. Aside from Reese's mom staring down the table, nobody is making eye contact with anyone else. Have there been any strange illnesses spreading around town? What? No. Are you sure you haven't met any minors who had unusual symptoms? Anyone who seemed sort of drippy or strangely ominous when they talked? Sorry to pry, just doing my due diligence. Absolutely not. I've barely seen so much as a runny nose, which is a good thing. If you're so concerned about the mine, why don't you just have Bacon ask Tabitha? I have no interest in violating HIPAA for your weird little investigation into nothing. You remain silent, quietly picking at the store-bought spaghetti and dinner rolls. So, we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week while Bacon is still in town? We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever going to change. I'm sick every day, and I'm not going to get better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in a basement alone just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sakes. I can't believe I have to ask for permission from my mom just to have friends over. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can try to fix. Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Damn it, I knew it. I knew this would be too much. Everyone get out of my house. Please, just leave us alone. Stop trying to interfere with his life. All it does is hurt him more. But we can't just leave him like this. Now is when he really needs friends the most. No, now is when he needs me the most. I'm his doctor and his mother. I know you care about him. I know that, and he knows it too. But all any of you would do is get in the way. Just leave, please. Sorry, we'll get out of your way. Good. The three of you are rushed to the door. We'll be back, Reese. I hope you feel better soon. Okay, I don't see him. Was that a cat? Swear to God, I heard a cat. Anyways, Dr. Kelly shuts the door in your faces. The click of a lock signals the end of your dinner at Reese's. Did either of you get the impression that Dr. Kelly is afraid of Reese? I could have sworn I saw genuine fear in her eyes for a second there. Are you sure she wasn't just being overprotective? I'm sure that's all that's going on, and she has every right to be. I mean, the poor guy took 2 bites of food and got sick immediately. I can't imagine what it's like for both of them to go through this. If anyone is afraid of anyone in that house, Reese is afraid of his mom. I think you're both reading into things too much. Dr. Kelly is a good person. Look, I'm just saying, maybe there's more to their dynamic than just him being sick, but it's not like there's much we can do about it right now. We could probably go back and forth on this for a while. Let's grab Gretchen and get going. The sun is setting, and we wouldn't want to miss a second of ghost action. Stella hurries off down the hill, almost as if to run away from what just happened. You and Kanika follow her down the slowly darkening street.
Here's the little creatures. There they are.
I like that one.
So tiny.
Lit by the orange hues of the setting sun, the library feels different. What was once a quaint building in a small town now stands as an imposing structure, its walls holding something that stares back at you with menace. Maybe Stella is right. Maybe ghosts aren't real, and the rest of the night is going to be a pleasant break from the events of the past few days. But you know that's not the case. There's something old and powerful in there, and you can feel it stir as the sun sets and daylight fades away. Oh! Oh my god! It's Sam Wayne! I was actually just gonna make a comment about this little guy. I was gonna make him like a profile picture. And then when I was looking up, I looked over here and he's in Windows. I was just looking for him in like the foliage and stuff, but he's in. How? I've been looking for him, but how many times have I missed him in this run through? Before you enter, a pair of figures in the nearby bushes catch your eye. You can't help but feel that with every passing day, the ditchlings grow bolder. We not gonna comment on Sam Wayne? Okay.
It's Pixel.
Just as its exterior was intimidating in the setting sun, the inside of the library is dark, its shadows deep and foreboding. The meet and greet with the mayor ended quite some time ago, and the throngs of visitors took whatever joy was in this place with them as they left. Hey Oscar, are you back yet? Shh, you can't yell in the library. It's against the rules. It's after hours and rules only apply before 5 p.m. Now it's our domain. Hey, you're sooner than I expected. Hope dinner went okay? Yeah, it went okay. Reese wasn't feeling up for a longer hangout, unfortunately. I'm sorry to hear that. It's okay, it just means we have more time to hunt ghosts. I've come fully loaded. Got my EMF reader, temperature gauge, spirit box, infrared camera, UV light, video cameras, salt, flashlights for everyone in case the ghost messes with the electricity, parabolic microphones, Sharpies, and paper for automatic writing, matches, and candles for rituals. And you've got your specter sniffing Gretchen's voice. And you've got your specter sniffing compatriot at your side too. This nose can sniff out any ne'er-do-well we might find, whether spirit or scoundrel. Oh, and a Ouija board. I know they're toys, but you never know what might come in handy. Oh, that's a lot of ghost hunting stuff for something that was so last minute. Do you just have this stuff ready to go in a bug out bag or something? Of course I do. I actually stashed a couple of bags here overnight after I got back from the mines. Excuse me? I wasn't about to carry everything around all day. This way we can go in light and pop out to grab more stuff once things start getting spooky. I may never have found any compelling evidence of ghosts, but that's not for the lack of trying. And after last night, I'm more than ready to try again. Hey, hope I'm not too late. Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? Avery, glad you can make it. The more pairs of hands we have, the more equipment we can carry. Sure thing, always happy to offer a hand or two. Glad there'll be someone else with a level head in here tonight. Oh, is that an EMF reader? I've never seen one in person. Look at all this stuff. Spirit box, parabolic microphone. Y'all really covered your bases. Maybe I spoke too soon. You know me, Kanika. I'm as level-headed as they come. I'm just not ready to rule out weird paranormal stuff. When people tell me they saw a ghost, who am I to say they didn't? I mean, y'all apparently saw some really unexplainable stuff on Monday. And that mine only collapsing again after 100 years while you were there? I'm just saying, anything seems possible right now. I've got a bad feeling about this. There were ditchlings in the bushes outside. Who knows how many more are lurking around here? Are those the monsters you saw in the woods? Just once, I'd like to actually see one of them myself. Trust me, you don't. If Sybil's right, we're only going to see more of them as time goes on. We can't let them get in the way of things. There's something back there. I can feel it. Really? This is so exciting. I can't wait to finally meet a ghost. Yeah, exciting's a word. As someone here for the thrill of being terrified, it's the word I'm here for. We'll see how you two feel about that once things get started. Yo, don't rush off ghost busting without Zane. No way was I gonna forget your promise, Stella. Zane, glad you could make it. I was confronted with my own mortality for the first time yesterday, so I'm desperate for answers about the afterlife to ease my troubled mind. Now let's go mess with some ghosts. Oh my, this certainly is a lot of humans for one little old ghost hunt. I do hope this means my dear Stella will be safe this evening, and that whatever foul creatures lurk in the shadows choose to prey on someone else. I hope my house is big enough for 6 ghost hunters at once. If this is everyone, we can go ahead and... That's everyone. Wait, what about Tabby? What about her? She's not here. Let's get started. I guess she can catch up to us when she gets here. Well, if y'all are itching to get started, it's through the back. Follow me.
Hey, human. Kick a ghost ass, okay? I miss my special tree.
You and your companions grab some equipment from one of Stella's carefully stashed bug-out bags before heading towards the junction connecting Oscar's house and the library. Okay. Looks like the sun has almost set. This is when stuff usually starts to kick off. I haven't been back inside for about a week, so I have no idea what to expect. Hey! There's no way you're doing this without me. Rosalina, we talked about this. No, you talked at me about this. I am sick of other people making decisions for me. I just want to be able to live in our house again. I'm going in there and sleeping in my room tonight, no matter what. I mean, Zane's coming. It's not like tonight is an adults-only event. Oh, he's pissed! He's got a good point, Mr. G. I was like, wait a minute. I keep forgetting I'm a guy. Yeah, but... Come on, Dad. I don't want to be coddled just because you're scared. It's best to give this pup the chance to face her obstacles head on. Take it from an old soul like me. You're right. I'm sorry, Rosa. Just let me know if it gets too much and you want to leave, okay? Thanks, Dad. Now let's get our house back. Yeah, that's a ditchling. Sorry, I feel like I haven't noticed that before. I thought it was Sam Wayne, and I'm like, what? You all cross over the threshold and enter Oscar's living room. Family photos line the walls, and stacks of books sit comfortably on wooden furniture. And there's that feeling again, like the mines, like the door to the clinic, a dusty, suffocating, dizzy feeling. Something is in this house, though whether it's a ghost or something worse, you cannot know. Okay, looks pretty normal for now. I don't remember that picture being on the floor, but that could be non-supernatural. None of my equipment is picking up anything around the picture. But I'll set up a camera in case it falls again. Could be important evidence.
It's the unicorn in captivity.
I made a comment about it in my first run-through, but
We get to talk about it again. Another creature.
you might want to save your cameras for Rosalina's room. That's where I've seen the ghost manifest. It's just down the hall. Oscar and Kanika startle as the door swings open. Seems like I made it. Wrong voice. Seems like I made it just in time. Looks like the show is on the road. Sorry, let's get this show on the road. I don't have all night. Tabby! Great, she's here. Wow, Bacon, you really brought the whole gang together today. I have every right to be here, Kanika. My family built this place, you know. Yeah, I know. We all know. Bacon, what made you think inviting her was a good idea? What? I like her. We're friends. Really? Yeah. So what? Like it's weird to be friends with your cousin? Wow, Bacon. Do you have any idea how hard it is to get these two into the same room? This is amazing. Yeah, amazing. That's the word for it. Sounds like we're in for an interesting night. I'm glad I didn't stay in the same town with the people I went to high school with. No wonder small towns have so much drama. I wonder if the ghost will even show with this many people around. Oh dear, could someone please warm the air back up? My joints are creaking in this dreadful chill. Wait, is it just me or does it suddenly feel colder? It sure does. I definitely feel that. Same, I've got chills. The temperature gun says it's actually a couple of degrees colder, but that's normal. Rooms and hallways are sometimes colder than the rest of the house. Wow, a genuine cold spot. I gotta snap a picture for posterity. Is that it? This isn't very scary. Wait, Rosalina, if the ghost mostly manifests in your room, shouldn't you have seen it? I've only seen the stain. Dad made me switch rooms with him way before we moved out. I wasn't about to let my daughter sleep in a haunted bedroom. I spent most of my nights on the couch before we set up shop in the library. Even if there is something back there, I'm not scared of it. I'm mad at it. Alright. Come on, ghost. Let's see some real action. Yes, spirit. The sooner you show yourself, the sooner I can get back to my nice warm doggy bed. Oh no, don't antagonize it. I don't think this ghost is friendly. How do you, know that? If I were a ghost, I'd be mad chill. If you saw what I've seen, I don't think you'd be saying that. That's an interesting point, though. What if ghosts usually are friendly, and they're only terrifying because they don't know how to be anything else? Yeah, I know if I were a ghost, I'd just vibe, but what if my vibes were bad and I didn't know it? I shudder to think of the possibilities. What did you rope me into, Bacon? Okay. Oscar takes a deep breath before continuing. Let's head to Rosalina's room. Follow me. Whoa. This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Do you mean this massive blood stain? It stinks to high heaven. Yeesh, that's gotta be tough to scrub out. Doesn't the county own this house? Do they know about the damaged carpet? Have you seen your house? I don't see how that's relevant. Weird, I'm not getting anything. It's not even cold. It's the same temperature as the living room. Nothing on the EMF either. Then your equipment is wrong. The stain is definitely paranormal. I've scrubbed it out too many times to count, and it just keeps coming back. It's just a stain, Dad. Can't we just cover it back up? I don't mind sleeping in here. Maybe we have to scrub it out first. Could be that the paranormal stuff will activate if we give it a reason to. Ooh, good idea. I've never heard of a bleach-activated ghost before. You don't use bleach to clean a carpet, Tabitha. Whatever. How was I supposed to know that? Not everybody gets to learn how to clean things. If y'all are offering free carpet cleaning, be my guest. The stain is an attempt at expression. There are no words, no decipherable patterns, but you can still feel it. A cry for help from something that has lost its voice. Something is crying out for help. Huh, you might be onto something, Bacon. I wonder if the blood spells something out on the floor underneath. Have you tried tearing up the carpet? In a house owned by the government? Nope, I'm not messing with their carpets. I'd rather scrub ghost blood out of it every day than have the government take me to court for destroying their property. Don't worry, I'm sure they'll just take you to court for neglect instead. Did it not occur to you that there could be a leaky pipe under the floor? I hate to agree with Tabitha on anything, but some kind of structural damage does seem likely. Tearing up the carpet doesn't seem like a bad idea. Only one way to be sure. Stella excitedly starts tugging at the corner of the carpet. Are we digging? Let me help. This is my area of expertise after all. Oh dear. You're doing the government a favor, really. We'll cover for you. You don't have to sweat it. Avery says with a camera pointed at Stella. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch, the floor around it stained in reddish-brown. There's a broken seal around its edges. Whoever carpeted over this hatch didn't want anyone going down there. Okay, maybe I don't want to sleep in here. There's a broken seal around its edges. Someone doesn't want us down there. Yeah, but how long ago was it sealed up? Whoever did this has gotta be long gone, right? There's no basement in this house. At least, we weren't told about a basement. And look, all the red stuff is coming from underneath. Oh yeah, this is super haunted, alright. You've got a basement chock full of ghosts. I can feel it. Still no readings, though. None of the equipment has made a noise. Of course not. Y'all know last month was super rainy. It's clearly been a long time since anyone stepped foot in the basement or crawl space or whatever is underneath that hatch. There must be a leak that flooded the whole area under the house. The water dissolved the caulk around the edge and leaked through to the carpet. And it's red because North Carolina has red-ass dirt. It's as simple as that. It's not mud, it's blood. Human blood. I tested it. Well, you tested it wrong. I love that they're on the same page. It can't be blood, right? Hopefully I'm like far enough from my microphone that I'm not like having audio issues again. Kanika's right. You've got a muddy floor. And that's why it's so cold in here too. There's wet dirt under the house. Congratulations. You've solved your ghost problem. No way. There's an old hatch in the floor that someone tried to seal up. We're not leaving until we know what's down there. I'm with Stella on this. This is my room and I need to know what's down there. Have you considered they may have tried sealing it up because it's unsafe? Uh-oh, do you think that flooding could have made the house unstable? I'm all in on ghost hunting, but I don't know if I could crawl into another dangerous crevice. I'm going for it. Alright, here we are. You come to in Oscar's living room. You can't tell what time it is, and your friends are nowhere in sight. At least, physically, this is Oscar's living room. Spiritually and mentally, you've been ripped away to some other place. The building feels colder, and there's something about the air that feels wrong. It's stale, with an undercurrent of mold and earth. It makes you feel claustrophobic, as though you're in a coffin, each breath depleting what little oxygen is left. What? How did we end up back here? Where is everyone? Did we pass out again? Was there a gas leak in the basement or something? Is fainting some kind of weird family thing? Is there a genetic condition I need to be worried about? Not that I'm aware of. Nothing like this has happened before you got to town. Who knows what sort of nastiness was festering in that basement? Your cousin marches to the front door and opens it. Why does it look like Oscar's house is in front of us? Didn't we just leave? I must be misremembering things. But let's go. No, you're right. There shouldn't be a door there. Clearly, whatever was in the basement is messing with our heads. We just left Oscar's house. The library has to be on the other side of that door. The two of you cross the hallway and open the door. So nice to have Tabitha with us during this acid trip. What is she going to say about Sam Wayne? What is Sam Wayne gonna say? Ooh! Something isn't right. It feels like a late summer afternoon. The air is warm and wet, and the scent of flowers drifts on the breeze. Tabitha, please tell me I'm not the only one seeing that scratchy shadow in the distance. You're not. What the hell is that thing? Am I having a stroke? Are you having a stroke? Are we both having the same stroke at the same time? Do you see that creature behind the thorns? That's one of the bad omens Stellan and I found in the woods. She's talking about that. We are talking about that. Ew. Damn, Tabitha. What was in that cream soda? Excuse me? It was just normal cream soda, and you had it hours ago. This has nothing to do with me. Damn, I just noticed I get really loud when I do Tabitha's voice. Let me get the fuck away from my microphone even further. Damn. Why didn't no one tell me I'm loud as Tabitha? There's gotta be an exit somewhere. We just have to look for it. Wait. Do you hear music? Oh, fuck! I knew it was gonna happen, but... Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadows rises to attention. Stella? Who are you? What are you doing on my property? Bark, bark. Woof. Bark. Huh? Eddie. It's Charlie. What? Did you say Eddie? No one's called me that in a long time. It's Edwardian now. I'm not a child anymore. Edwardian? Eddie? You've gotta be kidding me. This isn't Stella. This is the lover. What are you talking about? The part of me that lets me know who other people are says that this is the lover. It used to say that it was Stella. Ooh, that's breaking the fourth wall. Interesting. What, pray tell, does that little part of your brain tell you who I am? It says Tabitha. Good to know you're not completely broken. I wish I could say the same. You should have stayed gone. And you absolutely shouldn't have shown up here, of all places. If you're caught, I don't think you understand what Father might do. Come with me, Eddie. Haven't you always wanted to see the coast? Now's your chance. We can leave. Yeah, you two rehearsed this. A flash of pain in Stella's eyes tells you that she's keenly aware of everything that's happening right now. She's in agony. Arf, arf. I can't. It's not that easy for me. My brothers were sent to Normandy, and now I'm the only Scarlet left besides Father. I have responsibilities, Charlie. Shut up. Shut up. Screw your family. Screw my family. Why are we letting the choices made by our fathers destroy our lives? Tabitha's like, what the fuck is going on? Tabitha stares at you, speechless. You should just get out of town while you can. Whatever you came back for, it's not worth it. You're right. What I came back for isn't worth it, but you are. I won't leave the Hollower without you. If you change your mind, I'll be around. She's gone, along with the shadow in the corner of the room. Come on, we must have taken the wrong door out of the annex. We're getting out of here before anything else happens. Interesting. We have to go after Stella. Absolutely not. We're not being drawn deeper into this weird garden, greenhouse, whatever it is. We're in the greenhouse, in the backyard. She yanks your arm, pulling you back the way you came. Where did the annex go? You step forward and open the door. Bells ring as a cacophony rings outside. The door in front of you pulsates as figures unseen bang against it. The shaded figure from the garden sits in the corner, ever so slightly more defined. Are you kidding me? This is messed up. We need help. God, please let this call go through. Tabitha anxiously taps her foot as she waits for her phone to connect. Hey, what is this? No, it's Tabitha. Didn't you see the caller ID? Stop interrupting me. Can't you hear what I'm... Your cousin is cut off by the dial tone of a disconnected call. Great. She couldn't hear a word, I said. Looks like we're on our own. No! Why am I jumping so much? Your father has left town, Charlie. We're moving to a new house, okay? I don't like it here. Sorry, I don't want to leave our house. I like it here. Daddy should come back. Why did he leave? Why is my phone dying? Am I going to have to deal with you doing this all night? He can't come back. We've got to live somewhere else now. But that'll be fun, right? There'll be new kids to play with. You can show them your little dolls. Hurry, sweetie. We don't have much time. see. The collapse, packing the bags, Charlie returning in the garden. It's all coming together. Great, mystery solved. You can let us go now, Ghost. No, she can't come. I never want you to say her name again. Do you hear me? We aren't friends with the Scarlets anymore. Oh God, they're outside. Are those torches? We don't have time, Charlie. We have to go, right now. The mother is whisked away, leaving you and Tabitha in the empty room. When I did the bean run through, I had Alexis alive and with Rosalina, and she actually had different lines. As she departs, the front door stops pounding and opens into a beckoning white void. We're in hell. We're both dead and we're in hell. Are we supposed to be Charlie? Is Charlie the ghost? Your guess is as good as mine. Who did you call on the phone earlier? Friend of the family. Not that it matters, though. The call didn't go through, so we're on our own. Okay, let's put our heads together. What do we know? We know that we can't leave, and we know that we're not possessed, at least as far as we can tell. And whatever we saw in this room, at least, happened right after the Shaw mine collapsed in 1918. I think the only option on the table for us right now is to keep doing what it wants us to do. Maybe it'll stop at some point, or maybe we'll figure out a way to escape. There's so many ditchlings here. Yeah, there are. Those things are horrible. No wonder you were such a mess when you came back Monday. So because we took Tabitha with us, I don't think we're gonna see Sam Wayne. You're right. There's only one way to get out of this. Shall we? Yeah, let's get this over with. Are we not gonna see Sam Wayne because we took Tabitha? You and Tabitha walk up to where the pounding door used to stand and step into the void. You're outside, and it's night, a false moon looming massive in the painted sky. The night feels thick and warm, the insects lively, their calls unnaturally teeny. Everything feels wrapped, warped, and wrong, like you're listening to a record fished from the bottom of a pond. Ugh. What magic words do we have to say to get you to let us go? We're sorry, okay? Whatever our family did to piss you off, we're sorry. You poor dear. I've been keeping track of you, scuttling around town like a tomcat. You've fallen hard for Miss Edwardian, have you? Back off, lady. I don't know you. And if you know what's good for you, you don't know me either. Who's this one supposed to be? The nosy neighbor? There's no need to be embarrassed. Your secret is safe with me. You know, I never did approve of what the Scarlets did to your family. And what it did to the two of you youngins. Childhood sweethearts. Just think how lovely it would be if you could just be happy together. That's what you want, isn't it? Tabitha's looking pretty sad. Is this, ringing any bells, Tabitha? Because I'm wondering if this is kind of going to be similar to, like, what Tabitha went through and is going through. Because I think I read somewhere the devs, if they do, like, an animated show or something, they wouldn't want to have a main character. It would just, like, they wouldn't want to have a player character. They would just want the main cast. And this role right here would be perfect and fit Tabitha. Interesting. Don't talk about my family. And I don't need life advice from some old broad. We're the presents. Old broad, youngins. Whoever we're talking to has to have been dead for a really, really long time. I'm sure by now you've realized the young lady doesn't plan on leaving with you. But it's not for lack of desire, as you well know. It's Enoch. Even if you dragged her over the town limits, his hold over her would make sure neither of you would ever be happy again. Just think of what happened to your poor mother and father. Do you want that to be the two of you? What do you know about Enoch, Tabitha? Our great-great-grandfather, he was in charge of the mines when they collapsed. Besides that, I don't really know much about the man. We would never be like them. We love each other. My mother just loved his money. As soon as it was gone, so was she. And then all he loved was booze. Me and Eddie aren't like that. Tabitha stares ahead in riveted silence. The powers at work here are stronger than even your love could withstand. You need to break the bonds holding her here. Then you can go free. No more misinformation. No more misfortune. Oh my god, I can't speak. Not for you, not for anyone else bold enough to step foot outside the Hollower. The witch mimes handing you something, though her hand is empty. I don't think I had, like, the witch and the lover in my bean run through. I think I had their name and then question mark, I think. Everything you need to know is on that map. I don't understand. Is this a map and some kind of poem? That's where you'll find them. You need her there. Then read what I've written down. And be careful. Good luck to the both of you. I hope you get your happiness. And then she's gone. Tabitha sighs. Okay, let's find the way out. Unless you have any ideas, I don't think there's anything else we can do until we get to the end. Or until we die. Whichever. Before the two of you can leave, a smell hits you. Sweating, suffocated flesh with a tinge of the sriracha. That's not sriracha. With Sharon and stomach churning scent of decay. There you are. So Wayne comes later. I would have found you sooner, but the resident clearly doesn't want me here. Doesn't seem to have the same issue with these miserable little parasites. Oh. Bottom feeders always manage to slip through the cracks, don't they? That's what he said when I first met him in the house room when I was Bean. Are you Sam Wayne, or are you something else? Stop asking it questions. Just stop interacting with the thing at all, okay? Tabitha, this is who I'm romancing. I'm sorry, I do have to talk to him. So cold, Tabitha. After everything we've been through, to have you treat me like a stranger? Shut up! What an unfortunate situation you've been dragged into, Bacon. Why can't you do as I ask and stay out of trouble? But that girl won't let you, will she? Stella. Is that her name? Perhaps I should pay her a visit soon. If she makes it out alive. Why did you bring that up, Wayne? Tabitha bolts for the underbrush, desperately pulling you along. Stella. So Wayne is connected to the ditchlings. He knew something about them. I don't know anything about that, and I don't care to find out. But if that gets you to stop engaging him in conversation, then sure. He's connected to the ditchlings, and he's super evil and bad, and talking to him will curse you. I mean, I'm already cursed. I'm a Scarlet. Hello. Or whatever it is those things are supposed to do. The two of you step out of the brush, and into a long wooden corridor lined by bottles and rails. A figure rises to attention, blocking your way. I'm afraid he doesn't have long. If there's anything you need to say to him, I'd say it now. This is his dad. Charlie's dad, because of all the booze. We are getting so much information with this run through. Oh my god. This is gonna help us so much in the Bean run through. Oh my god. As the caretaker is swept away, the room pulls itself to you and you find yourself looming over a deathbed. The father lies in the center, looking pitifully small. I'm sorry, boy. Sorry I let my troubles drive your mama away. And sorry those troubles mean I'm leaving you all alone now. You're getting what you deserve. Oops. Alright. You're definitely channeling Charles Shaw Jr., which must be who the ghost is. It's the only thing that makes sense. Damn it, Junior. How many times do I have to tell you? I tried to stop it from happening, but that damn snake Enoch went behind my back. I hope I'm pronouncing Enoch right. Oh, what the bullshit. Not for that. For what you did to our family. We could have just started over someplace new, but instead you became the son of a bitch the Scarlets made you out to be. This Charles Jr. makes a good point. You're right. I've been using that excuse for too many years. At a certain point, a man has to accept when he dug his own grave. They may have run out on me, but they didn't put the bottle in my hand. Still, they destroyed our legacy, boy. Both our names are cursed with that history. I'll be dead and gone soon, but I won't be able to rest. Not until our name is cleared. Not until you can pass on this name with pride. This is my only request, Charlie. Go back there. Tell the people the truth. Try to find proof. I don't know what you'll have to do, but please. I know I ain't been the best father, but I'm no murderer. I'll see what I can do. Get some sleep. I'll see you in the morning. Damn it, boy. I may not have until morning. Promise me. Promise you'll go back. And at the very least, show that Enoch bastard what for. I promise. I'll go back. You watch as the father's body seizes and falls through the sheets, taking the rattling pile of bottles with him. This ghost is so full of it. Your cousin steps forward and disappears through the hole left in the bed, leaving you to follow. I would not go into the bed hole.
Oh, a little unicorn.
You find yourselves pressed uncomfortably against a trellis. A small castle sits off to one side of the wall, and the bars of a prison loom over all of it and all of you. The entity. Ooh. Climbing up the trellis again. How very Romeo and Juliet of you. No need to run off. I won't tell the old man. Though you've gotten sloppy, you should try to be more careful. If you don't want him putting you in an early grave. What the hell is the entity? Why should I know? I don't have your weird thing with people's names. No, not one of her brothers. I'm a prisoner. Another victim of the Scarlet's lies. Like you, Charles Shaw. I'm not him. A mere generation makes no difference. His blood runs in your veins, does it not? And now, it runs in hers. Yes, it seems your little trysts bore fruit, and oh, will you ever be in trouble when the old man finds out. Is it trysts or trysts? Tabitha's eyes go wide. How do you know that? Who are you? Shh, let it talk. I think this might be important. You know you don't have to keep dangling there. Come inside. You'll be able to hear me through the door just fine. The world around you swirls and you and Tabitha find yourselves pulled to the other side of the wall. A door bound by countless locks and chains pulsates before you. I want to do this one. This is definitely supposed to be the estate, but I can't tell how much of this is real and how much is a metaphor. Stop talking, we might miss something. That's not what I invited you in for. I couldn't escape even with your help. I merely wanted to offer a warning. Leave town. Now. Absolutely not. I'm not leaving without her, especially if what you say is true. This guy has nobody to blame but himself. You hear that, Ghost? You were given every warning. You could have just left. You can't take her with you. It's not possible. You can always stay and die. But if I were you, I would use my healthy legs and run as far from Scarlet Hollow as possible. I hear the beaches are nice. Why don't you take a permanent vacation there? You're wrong. I know it's possible. I have that weird map. I have the spell or whatever it is. Me and her are gonna get out of here. What do you know, Tabitha? Ah, you've been talking to the witch then. How very interesting. Charlie, get away from the door. Don't listen to it. Stella! Eddie, are you pregnant? How does it know that? This is too much. I just want to go home. Do you feel sick? I feel sick. Hang on. Do I have mystical? Can we talk now? What do you know about this place? I mean, this is most certainly the estate, and whatever we just saw probably happened in the Forbidden Wings, just based off the location of the windows. That half of the house has been off limits for over a decade. I don't know what we just saw, okay? And I know it sounded like here, but Charlie isn't related to us. I know that much. I think. Come on, the quicker we get through this, the quicker we'll be out of this ghost place. Hopefully. So what I'm gonna do is that you and Tabitha walk after Stella into the darkness. You and your cousin find yourselves crouched under a large table. The lover stares through you as indecipherable murmurs and shuffling feet echo from the ends of the table. Ugh, I don't know how, but this feels so much worse than the last room. Yep. They're so lovely. Are you sure I can keep one? You must have worked very hard on them. Of course, it's a present. When you look at it, you can remember all the fun we've had. So now you and Stellar are both doing the baby voices. Don't expect me to let you live this down if we get out of here. I'll try to keep it away from my brothers so they don't smash it. Though I wish I could make it move like you can. And you can even do the voices. You know, you could probably make real money if you put on a show for people. That's why everyone's moving so weirdly while they've been possessed, right? He's got a thing with puppets. You look at his hands too. They look like they're shaped to, like, move stuff. Oh. That's the plan. I want to be a traveling performer. Why don't you come with me? We can go from town to town, putting on shows for other kids. Guess that didn't work out for him. A traveling show? And you'd want me to be there too? Oh, we could go to towns along the beach. I've heard the Outer Banks are the most beautiful place in the world. Of course, we can go anywhere you want. Thank you, Charlie. I've always wanted to see the ocean. You can see the tiniest shimmer of tears in Tabitha's eyes. She blinks and they're gone. There. Are you done now, Charlie? Can we leave? Everything crashes to a thunderous black before you and Tabitha can get in another word. While they load up, I'm gonna sit. Oh no, Gretchen, I didn't realize that. I don't remember him clapping. A single spotlight remains, illuminating a trapdoor in the center of the stage. You feel drawn to it. The trapdoor. Are we back in Rosalina's room? We must be. Which one of us is gonna open it? You wordlessly step towards the trapdoor. It creaks open all on its own. Oh god, this is so much worse than opening it ourselves. You and Tabitha are shoved from behind and tumble through the hatch. Yes, because two grown women can be shoved through a hatch. It took some digging, but it's there. The map was right. That means there's hope, Eddie. Whatever it is that Enoch did, we can undo it. We can be happy to get... Eddie? Oh god. I am so sorry. Your cousin violently heaves into the void, but nothing comes up. There's nothing here. This place is completely empty. Did you see the tear running down her cheek at the end? She was conflicted. I didn't, but that's a good point. This whole thing isn't very fair, you know. We only saw one side of the story. True. Maybe this has more to do with Enoch than Edwardian. He was mentioned in passing quite a few times. Yeah, maybe. So if Enoch was our great-great-grandfather, Edwardian would be our great-grandma. So that would mean Edwardian would be our mom's grandma. So it's not that far removed. Oh, what now? Do you repent? Do you repent for your crimes? Their names are back to normal. They must not be in character anymore. Maybe it's getting weaker. You must answer for the crimes you committed by your scarlet blood. Excuse me. Or maybe it's getting stronger. I hate it here. I hate it here so much. Until you do, I cannot die. I want to die. Please. I have been alone in the dark for so long. All I ask is for some of your years. To pay for the years that were taken from me. What are you saying? My life was stolen from me. I want some of yours. It's only fair. No, 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 no. It is absolutely not fair. You've got to be kidding me. Neither of us had anything to do with what happened to you. The sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. But if everything is true, technically he's damning his great-great-grandchildren? Did I get the greats right? No. No, it'd just be great-grandchildren, right? One of you must forfeit. It doesn't matter which. Bullshit. You can't actually make either of us do anything, can you? I can keep you here, and I can do whatever I want with them. You can refuse, but if you do, then I'll stay. I will stay until I get what I'm owed. I don't understand. You will live a shorter life, and I will finally be satisfied. I will have justice. I will finally die. I will leave this house at last. How much shorter would my life be? You are not seriously entertaining this thing, are you? That isn't for you to know. Just as it wasn't for me to know. One day, sooner than you'd like, you'll die. Sybil? Everyone's awake too. My bean run through, I had Wayne come save me. Sorry I'm saving so much. I hope I didn't come late. Mom? All of you had better get out of here before the spirit regains its composure. This is certainly a strong one, isn't it? Don't worry about the others. They're safe. I got your call, Tabitha, but it was definitely not easy getting down here. Interesting. Very interesting. Get us out of this pit, Sybil. Tabitha, I don't think it's wise to leave something like this where anyone could stumble across it. Why is it our problem? It wants something, doesn't it? And I think you know which of you should volunteer. You must be joking. You shut up, Stream Deck. You're the eldest cousin. You're the one who's actually living in this town. It's only right. No. Absolutely not. We should just leave. I'm not giving in to the demands of some dead guy. I'm not leaving before I put this thing to rest. You take a step towards the spotlight. As you move forward, you feel Tabitha's hand on your shoulder. Bacon, what are you doing? I just want Charlie to be at peace. After everything he's done to us, after everything he's done to Stella, no, I am not letting something like this happen to you. I gotta take a drink. What the fuck? Let's get this over with. Have a major decision taken away from you. As Tabitha steps into the spotlight, everything crashes to black. I feel like maybe my bean run through is better because everyone's living. Duke is alive. Becca and Alexis are alive. I didn't lose half my life. Tabitha didn't lose half her life. God damn. God damn. Is my tea still good? Oh. He can finally rest. But I wish I was able to do it. A Scarlet bears the family sins. You come to in the basement. It's cold and wet, and a mound of dirt sits in front of you. Tabitha's hands breaks through the dirt. She claws her way out of the ground, gasping for breath. It's for the best, dear. Tabitha, are you okay? Your cousin doesn't say anything in response. Is she okay, Sybil? She's in shock right now. Having a spirit rip out a part of you isn't exactly a pleasant experience. She should recover, though. Is this why Perlan? No. Because I know Tabitha was talking about how she's been alone, like, her whole life, and, like, Perlan, like, made her pretty much make her be alone. And Sybil knows something. Because she said, this is the right choice, it has to be you. I think Perlan kept people away from Tabitha. Because she has to be sacrificed. Or something. Mostly. Don't talk about me like I'm not here. See? She'll be fine. Tabitha mutters something under her breath. You'll be fine, dear. Just be sure to drink plenty of tea. Why her? She invited you here. It didn't seem right that you should bear that kind of burden for the both of you. How did you get here? Spirits like this are predictable. Once I understood what it wanted, it wasn't too difficult to see through its illusions. You step forward to peer into the pit your cousin clawed her way out of. Charles' mummified remains stare up at you, sad and broken at the bottom of the... The spirit's remains are down there, I assume? Yeah, there's a stone carving of some sort down there too, just like the one I saw at the mines last night. Fascinating. Perhaps it's linked to what happened there. Regardless, I'll make sure the body gets a proper burial. He can finally rest, but at what cost? I was okay with giving up my life. Oh. Ugh. I feel like this life or death choice is a lot harder than the previous two, to be honest. We just got to know Tabitha a little more, and where is everyone? They're safe outside. I felt it best to make sure they got out before anything else could happen. Good on the two of you for sorting out the unfinished business holding the poor creature here. This place is no longer a threat to anyone. Come on, Tabitha. Let's get out of here. Tabitha stumbles to her feet and walks with you to the stairs. The ghost wasn't lying about wanting years of her life. The lines on her face now mark your cousin as on the cusp of middle age. I wanted to be nice and take her ghost hunting. Maybe I should have just been a bitch like I was as Bean. Good, everything's perfect as Bean. Oh. Oh. You're outside. It's real this time. A cool autumn breeze blows small piles of dried leaves across the steps of the library. I'm parked just over there. Let's head back. I feel like shit. I didn't use the voice. Oops. Tabitha doesn't wait for a response, pushing past you and heading towards the car. I'm gonna peace out too. Back-to-back encounters with my own mortality. I've got a lot to ponder. See ya, Rosalina. Zane walks off down the road. I'm so sorry I wasn't there for you earlier in the night. I had no idea what y'all were planning to do. How were we supposed to know it'd be like that? Things have been strange around town, sweetie. Now's not the time to be poking around in the supernatural. I thought you learned that lesson yesterday. But magic isn't real. It's not supposed to be. God, that hurt. Everything hurts. I am like moving my mic arm back and forth because I am loud. Jesus. My bones weren't meant to bend like that. I'm gonna be hurting for a few days at least. Bacon, is it? The house is clean. So that really happened then. Tabitha actually gave up years of her life. Oh, don't say it. Ugh. I'm afraid so. Everything in this world has a price, and those years were unfortunately what it took to put the spirit to rest. Is this why my mom left Scarlet Hollow? Because I know she left, but we never got a reason why she left. Were Tabitha and I supposed to be like sacrificed or something? Or to cleanse shit? I honestly can't believe it. Tabitha making a selfless decision for another human being? But she did, didn't she? She looks awful right now. Okay, but Kanika, maybe you shouldn't say that about people. I don't know what to say. Tell her she has my deepest gratitude. And I'm so sorry. I don't know how I can possibly make this up to her. Dude, I invited her to ghost hunt, and she lost years of her life. Like, is she gonna come with me to anything else? Or is she just gonna be like, no. Do you remember what happened last time, Bacon? Do you see my face? Do you see my hair? I have white hair now. I used to be blonde. I'm going white. And I can't believe I let Rosalina go in there. I can't believe I let any of you go in there. How could I have been so careless? What do we have? Oh, we have so much exploring. Hang on. Oh. You couldn't have known what was gonna happen, Oscar. None of us could have known. Don't blame yourself. Yeah, I thought Sam Wayne was gonna be there, and I was gonna have to sacrifice my life. None of those things happened. I'd seen it before. I should have known it could get worse. I shouldn't have let Rosalina come with us. Dad, what did I tell you? Stop blaming yourself. You couldn't have stopped me. If you tried, I was just gonna sneak in after you. You didn't put a ghost in our house. This is not on you. I know you both have had a difficult time of this, but the storm has passed. Things will start getting better from here on. There was another carving there. They keep giving me visions. It's a pretty weird coincidence, right? Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm a little lost. You've been finding carvings around town and they've been giving you visions? Yes, Oscar. This is news to me too. I'm sure everyone here could stand around theorizing about this and that all night long. There'll be plenty of time for that tomorrow. Bacon, if you have the time, I'd love to discuss these visions. Did my phone die? Do not die. Oh, fuck. Hang on. Oh, to be a VTuber and having your phone die. Crazy how I lose my tracking when we're on the episode where everyone loses control of their body. Crazy. But now, the Puppet Master is back in this VTuber body. So let's continue. Let's see. Were you all conscious the whole time? Everyone glances to each other. Though none of them gave any of their years away, you can see how exhausted they are, how unsettled. Yeah. It was awful. Kind of fun too, but mostly awful. I'm pretty sure we remember everything, at least until Sybil showed up and snapped us out of it. What's up with Stella? She's standing off by herself. I was wondering the same thing. We just saw a ghost and she's just standing off by herself. It'd be a normal reaction from anyone else who'd just seen a ghost, but this is Stella we're talking about. I'm gonna go check on her. You walk over to Stella. I've never seen anything like that we saw tonight. Absolutely dreadful, and I don't think my dear Stella is having an easy time with it. Oh, hey, Bacon. You okay? Sorry, I can't talk right now. See you later. She hurries off down the road. I think she took the brunt of things in there. No wonder she's having a hard time right now. Should we go after her? And nobody here should be rushing after anyone right now. That goes doubly for you, Kamika. We don't want that cold of yours to get any worse. I should head back with Tabitha. And I should probably head back inside. I'm starting to get chilly out, and there's still work to do to get Rosalina set up tonight. Don't be a stranger and let us know if you need anything, Oscar. I will. Thank you. All of you. Again. I believe it's time for me to get my daughter home as well. But, Kanika dear, you haven't been feeling well. You need to get some rest. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow, Bacon? Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Cool. Kanika wearily treks back to the general store. Before I go, Sybil places a hand on your arm, holding you back for a moment. I'm sure you have questions after everything you saw tonight, but let's not get into this. I think everyone could use a little rest and relaxation right now, yourself included. If you swing by the tea room sometime tomorrow, say early afternoon, you and I can have a little chat. I'll see you then, Bacon. Sybil leaves you and catches up to her daughter. You can't help but overhear snippets of their conversation as they leave. My whole body hurts. Mom, what was that? And I want a better answer than a ghost. It was a spirit, dear. I've never been a fan of the word ghost. You'll be alright. Let me get you some of that special tea. It's been working well, don't you think? I think ibuprofen would be better, but I gotta admit, the tea has been nice. I'll put the kettle on as soon as we get home. So is Kanika sick too? I didn't get much into Kanika's backstory. So I'm wondering if she's, like, sick. Not like Reese sick, but something's off. I guess it's just the two of us now. Do you have any idea who you were? I could roughly place most of the others. None whatsoever, but I remember everything I said, and I remember that cold feeling. A prisoner of the Scarlets. I wonder what your family was up to back then. I guess we can add it to the ever-growing pile of mysteries. What do you remember? As far as I know, all of it. I might start forgetting soon, but for now, it's all fresh. The twisting wasn't the most pleasant. But even though I feel like I got tossed in a blender, it honestly made me feel so alive. So you don't regret coming along tonight? Look, that was a horrible experience that will stick with me for the rest of my days. But it was also kind of amazing for that. I don't know if that makes sense, but how many other people can say they were possessed by a ghost? I guess you finally got some shared trauma with everyone now. Avery chuckles, then grabs at their ribs, wincing. Yeah, I guess I do, huh? I know tonight was horrific, but it was also thrilling, and knowing we all went through it together, it makes it easier. There are people to commiserate, Jesus, with tomorrow morning when the soreness really starts to set in. Which reminds me, I better get back home. I'm supposed to have a shift tomorrow morning. I might have to call in sick, but here's hoping a good night's sleep is enough to heal up. And, tell Tabitha I hope she feels better soon. See you around, Bacon. Avery heads off, leaving the square in front of the library empty. Time to wrap things up here. The ride back is nearly silent. Tabitha is visibly exhausted, her face drawn and pale. Fresh furrows have formed at the corners of her mouth and at the edges of her eyes, and her once uniformly sandy blonde hair is painted with streaks of white. I should have been the one to take the burden. Why did you step in? Sybil was right. It wouldn't have been fair to you. Thanks, Tabitha. I mean it. We're family. We do things for each other. No need to thank me. You slide back into silence as the car makes its way back to the estate. I have not talked to Wayne a lot, and that is supposed to be the man I romanced. Like,
What the hell?
As the car pulls up to the estate, you and your cousin wordlessly make your way to the foyer. Tabitha noticeably strains to open the front door. I've never been so tired in my life. I'm going to bed. Please don't get sucked into any more ghost dimensions before I can wake up and rescue you again. I want to talk about Wayne. Really talk. Bacon. I'm so tired. I'd really rather not. Why is he all gross? He's sick or something. Probably part of why he's such a creepy weirdo now. I don't know if it's contagious, but I wouldn't rule it out, so don't get near him. So Wayne's a he now. Back in the ghost realm, he was an it. Does it really matter? I was scared in there, and right now, I am so exhausted, I can barely think straight. Who cares if Wayne is a he or an it? Either way, he's bad news, and you'd best steer clear. You really don't want me talking to him. What does he know that you're afraid of? You're afraid I'll find out. I just know him. Please trust me when I say he's bad news. Have I not done enough to earn your trust? How many more years of my life do I need to offer up to get you to believe me when I warn you about these things? This is a bad run. I'm trying to be nice to Tabitha, and then I'm also trying to romance Wayne. I think I fucked up. Look, I can barely stand right now, but if you're going to keep bringing this up, and if people are going to talk behind my back, I at least want you to know my side of things. Herlan didn't like it when I dated someone for too long. She'd pressure me to break up with them, and if I pushed back, she'd find a way to handle it herself. If you want to know what went wrong with Wayne, you'd be better off asking her, but she's dead as a doornail. So unless we're stuck dealing with 2 ghosts in 1 week, that's not happening. Case closed. Why was she so involved in your dating life? She wanted grandchildren and she never got any. May she rot in hell. Did she date Wayne because, oh my god, Tabitha, my girl. Ugh. This makes me so sad. Just trying to please your family. Girl. I just want to hug her. That poor woman. I feel this. I feel for you, Tabitha. That hits a little too close to home. We're gonna get you to the beach with Stella. That is our goal. We are going to get her and Stella to the beach and happy. We're gonna do it. This is hardcore mode, so I don't know if we can do it. But we're gonna try. I'm sorry. I just feel absolutely awful right now. I don't think I can handle any more talking. I gotta sleep. Don't keep poking around looking for trouble. You just have to make it to the funeral. 4 more days. That's all. And then the bus comes. I'd like to stay in touch after all this is done. Maybe we could do that. It has been kind of lonely, being the only Scarlet in our generation. It would be nice to have someone else in the family. We'll see how things go. Yeah, shit, I don't even know if I'm gonna live, let's be real. Anyways, night. See you tomorrow. Time to go to bed. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly, you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. It's Wednesday night. Nearly half a week has passed since you first arrived in town, and a little over half a week remains until the bus comes to take you home. The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr., has been put to rest at the expense of unknown years of your cousin's life. The specter of the night's events will linger over her for every day she has left, a grim reminder of the price she willingly paid for the crimes of a great grandmother she despised. Maybe her decision will bring her peace of mind. Maybe she can still right the capsized ship of her broken life. Or maybe things will just spiral out of hand from here. Yami Yugi? That was one of the achievements I got. Okay, so we saved, right? Yes. Yes, we did. Okay. We did it. Episode 3. This was a good episode. To just chat with Tabitha, learn more about her, go through the ordeal with Tabitha. There is so much I am learning in this run through. You would think the learning would come with the vanilla run through, but we're doing it in hardcore mode. Oh man. But yeah, wow. I don't even want to know what episode 4 is gonna be. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be weird. Interesting. But also, how am I gonna romance Sam Wayne and also be nice to my cousin? The plot thickens. But thank you guys so much for coming and watching episode 3. I will get episode 4 out as soon as I can, and then hopefully episode 5 will be releasing this year, but I think the devs are more focused on Slay the Princess, so we might have to wait a little bit longer for episode 5. But I am super excited to play it.